we can transform the communities that we live, work, and play in, one relationship at a time.
All right, guys, it's Jason Hyman with Realinc, Officer Jason T. Hyman, and I just want to check in with you guys to give you a couple thoughts on where I feel like Corona is driving real estate development. So if you're an investor, if you're a developer, if you're anyone that's putting money, time, or energy into providing places where people live, work, and play, I need you to tune in. So here's 4 things or 4 ways that Corona is going to shape or reshape real estate development. All right. So number 1, with all the talk about density and creating tighter spaces within the city, you're going to have to start thinking more about green spaces. So I want you to think about it, right? We've been cooped up in the house for so long, and most of us are going to be really weary about being around people. The last place we want to be cooped up with a lot of people is in the house, right? So that's going to change things like what living room spaces look like. So it's going to be hard to get green space into the city. So start thinking about shared green spaces, social spaces a little bit more, right? Number 2, the materials that we use, right? Corona was able to sit on spaces for up to maybe 12 hours, I believe it was. So things like stainless steel, surfaces that aren't porous, that absorb materials, are going to be a little bit more in demand from people. They're going to want to see those types of surfaces more, things that they can wipe down, things that are resistant to bacteria, easy to clean. Those are going to be real important as you go forward. All right. Now, number 3, and this is a big one. A lot of you have thought about it. We've been reading about it, but technology, right? No one wants to put their hand on the door or different things like that now. So you'll see old school things like automatic doors come back around, but you're also going to see some new advances in technology. What does it look like for me to go on an app on my phone and open the door and it allows me to come in, or to use an app on my phone to control things in my house, or things like voice activated. I have a Google Mini. So can you on a inexpensive budget, create ways that people can talk to their home and talk to different things so they don't have to touch it anymore. So technology is going to be a really big thing. And on the side note, if you're an investor, put some money in AI. It's going to be in big demand going forward. All right. Now, last but not least, and this kind of ties back to that green spaces, is we need to change the way we live inside the house. Kitchens are always going to be still in demand, of course. That's not going to change. Bathrooms, same thing. But what happens to the living room? All right. What happens to those living rooms? What happens to the bedroom spaces? You'll probably see the bedroom spaces get a tad bit bigger because we're living by ourselves. We want a little bit more space because we're isolated a little bit more. But our living room spaces should be probably more open, as well as not situated to hold a lot of people for a long time anymore. People can come in, do what they need to do, and they need to get out your house, right? Same thing with commercial spaces. We don't need large spaces anymore, maybe small showrooms, because stores aren't even letting people come in all at the same time anymore. So we don't need all that space. So I want you to keep those 4 things in mind as you go out, you invest your time, your money, and your energy, and reshape this market. And I'll see you next time.